We should all be able to come to the floor and spend time like this in the kneeling position. Now, many of us, we are starting to lose the capacity of doing this. And it's super easy to just blame the age, as losing these positions is part of the normal aging process. I'm here to tell you that that is not the case. I am Coach Rodrigo, founder of Barefoot Movers, and I specialize in training adults 40 plus to do that, to restore our natural capacities to move well, now and for years to come. So why is this position important, or why I'm talking about this position today? Because this is a super simple way to kind of assess how is our lower mobility going at the moment. So you can just come to the floor. Of course, don't do anything if it's painful. That is part of the assessment. And see if you can kneel. That will be the first step. Can I kneel? Yes, no. Some people, we can, and that's completely okay. You're not gonna force it. You're just gonna mark, no, I cannot do that. Now, the second part is, can you be comfortable in this position and spend some time? It doesn't need to be hours, but maybe staying 5-10 minutes, no problem. So if you have it, if the answer is yes, that is great. That means that you still have it, and now what I want for you is to keep using it, to come. This is a very simple way to maintain it, is to come often and spend time here, so you're making sure that no matter what is your age, you still have this capacity. Now, if you don't have it, nothing to stress, but it's okay, there's something that I need to start addressing, because this position, I guess, we don't need anymore, right? Because we have chairs, we have couches, we don't need to come here. But what this position is showing is, am I able to flex or bend at the knees? I have still enough flexion or plantar flexion at the ankles, and those things, all the joints, all the movements at the joints are important to keep, because that is necessary for good movement, to being able to keep moving without creating too much of what I call excessive wear and tear. When we start losing ranges of motion, we continue moving, we keep doing the day-to-day activities, we continue doing sports, we continue training, but we create more friction because the body is not in a place that can move with ease. So each movement is a little more costly on the body, that eventually, or with time, it can create bigger problems. So what do we do, again, if we don't have this? If you have it, we know you're gonna use it so you can keep it. If you don't, you can start using, I'm gonna use the foam roller for a couple of things. One is, okay, we need to start letting the body know that you want this position back, that you want this mobility back. So you're gonna start spending time, but you cannot go all the way down. You can start placing something in between here, between your legs, so then you can start coming closer to the position when we don't have it, but with the help, right? So you can start spending time here. Very important when we start getting into positions that are a little bit uncomfortable, not painful, because we're gonna avoid those. You can let me know in the comments, that is painful, I cannot do it now. We're gonna try to find a way to start working on this pain-free. Now, if it's uncomfortable but not painful, then we need to make sure that we are breathing, okay? We wanna let the body know that we are safe, so in and out through nose, relaxing, spending some time. That's a good starting point. Then with time, we're hoping to start reducing the height of the thing, blanket, towels that we put in between the legs, so we can get closer and closer and closer. So that will be one way. You come and you spend some time maybe watching TV, maybe take a break from the chair, come to the floor, do some work from here, spend some time on this position. Now, sometimes you can get to it, but I cannot stay long enough. So you can use the thing in between your legs, or you can come to this tall kneeling position. Take a break. This is we do a lot in my classes. Okay, so we take a break, and then I spend maybe 1-2 breaths, and then this is getting too uncomfortable. I come back to the tall kneeling, and little by little, I see them progressing and being able to spend more time there. Now, this position requires being able to bend the knee fully and also to plantar flex the ankle. Okay, so those are the things that I may be missing. Now, sometimes we lose the capacity to bend the knee because this part of the leg, the quads, the front of the thighs are very active, very tight, together with the hip flexors. All these get very tight and it's not allowing me to bend the knee, which happens a lot with active people because active people and a lot of the training focuses a lot on quad, right? This is the front of the body, and we become very quad dominant. You can think of like a cyclist, right? Very quad dominant. When these muscles get like that, get very active, they get strong but tight, then they don't have the capacity to lengthen enough. So you may feel, and we can use the foam roller for that, so you notice what's happening here. If I place my thigh on top of a foam roller, and I do a little of rolling, but mostly to just notice how the situation of the tissue around this area is. And you may find that it's like, whoa, I can see sometimes on their faces, right? It's really painful there, it's very sensitive. That means that the tissue there is not very healthy, it's not able to glide. So coming and spending time putting pressure, slight pressure on those spots while breathing can be a good start to bring a little more blood flow in the area. When they get very tight like this, there's not much blood flow, not much circulation. So you can spend some time there and start releasing all those tensions. I would highly recommend to go and check one leg. It may be more than one spot, and then also the other leg. Another thing that you can start doing, so spending time helping with raising here, right, to making this less deep. Then you can use the foam roller, start releasing those areas, spending time, breathing, coming up and down. Now another one that I like is to come into the quadruped position, and then here I can start dynamically, so rocking, getting into, this is the same position, right? But now I don't need to go all the way down, and I can go in and out. Okay, in and out. This is, I'm working the same, lengthening here and getting the ankles closer to the floor. If the ankle is the issue, you may see people like this. They cannot get all the way. There's a space right there in between the ankles, the front of the ankles and the floor. Okay, so that means that we need to improve that. So you can gently, you're not forcing, you can look forward, breathing, and you start rocking here. Okay, so those are the suggestions to start getting better or start restoring this position that is important. Another thing, when the quads are very tight and we're very quad dominant, we start losing the capacity to hinge at the hips and work or have the hamstrings and the glutes being active when we do all the stuff that we do. So we become very, very dependable on the front of the legs only. And of course, that's gonna create imbalance. We're gonna lose performance because the back of the legs are the engine, very big, strong muscles, and we are starting to lose and lose and lose. They may feel very tight too. So that is the kneeling position. So if you have it, as I said, very good, keep it, let me know, hey, I have it, cool, keep using it, don't lose it. Don't think it's gonna be there forever, because one day you may go and it's not there anymore. If it's not there, let me know and I start using carefully, right? Being mindful, these recommendations while breathing, spending time, and little by little, you should be able to recover this. All right, that is it for today. Let me know if you find this video valuable, if you have any questions, any comments, and if you wanna contact me or follow me on Instagram, I'm at Barefoot Movers. I'm always happy there to connect and to chat and to answer any question. Thank you. Have a great day, and I see you soon.